dominant first map performance over on Mirage, but it's a whole new ball game. Dust 2 comes up as we do see Cloud9 starting on the T side, and Liquid already with a double stack in mid, looking to actually go in lower tunnels here, Dust, and they could walk right into nothing alongside Stewie2K. This could be a complete wreckage.
Ooh. Indeed, Pimp already firing off. They're taking down Stewie2K, so already one casualty suffered here from Cloud9. Nothing sitting on the stairs, kind of wondering about things right now. We'll run out, and he does clear out Nitro, but there's two more runners to real. He keeps finding them. He kills the guy behind Xbox. JDM forced back, and somehow Liquid comes out on the losing end of that deal, but luckily, Elige is chopping him down at long A with the USP.
Oh, it's so brutal. The Barrels of Doom. Bomb dropped out in long. Horrendous position considering there's a USP watching over it. And nothing alongside Shroud think better of the decision trying to play a lock-on USP against full-on USPs. Nothing, going to be charging through. As, was that team wound? Did he just get wrecked in the back from Shroud? I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Yeah, it was. He actually dinked him in the back of the head with a burst fire Glock. Nice one. Brilliant. Shroud out. 1v2. Already taking down one player, getting tagged up, and he's looking for a long-range burst fire.
Don't think he was doing that on purpose.
Optimistic, yes, at most. 35 seconds, 19 health, and still the bomb remains in a horrible place. JDM should finish this off. Shroud hoping they'd line up, but Glock is not going to be good enough. Liquid claim the first round.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride around. I mean, Liquid's initial aggression in tunnels actually didn't really pan out the way they wanted to. Nothing collects a couple of key kills, but it's really about Elige being able to hold down from the A platform. Ends up with 3 kills on the round, so he definitely was the one who made the big effort to take that one for Liquid. Nice to see them get the pistol round. Show us a little bit of life here. Cloud9. You will see them upgrade some pistols. They're going to look to take long A control, and Liquid looking to fight them directly here. And they do begin to back down, though, but a nice flash comes in. They're going to be super blind, trying to fall away, and Elige is going to get a TK on the Pimp.
It's all about a TKing right now on Cloud9. 2 players full, 1 apiece. All 4 players of Liquid remain with full health intact. Same can be said for Cloud9, however, but FAMAS has been picked up. Let's give him a bit of a power play. Automatic going to be charging around first through the smoke as nothing's dropped to 4. A lot of damage has been absorbed, soaked up from the Cloud9 players on the cross, but they are going to get the reward of the bomb plant at the very least. And now it's up to Liquid to try and rummage together a retake. They have no kits, but they do have plenty of utility at this latter stage of the round. But Elige got picked off and Automatic gets a double spray down, both of them on short, and now the round suddenly, you'd have to fancy Cloud9 to just hold on to the bomb plant. Hiko does spot the head just darting up and down from the side. Nitro in the meanwhile is doing work on long. He's seen Shroud, he goes in with a deagle. First frag goes his way, and he's trying to line up Hiko with the final bullet. He lands it in the back of Hiko's head, and Cloud9, they get away with murder. 1-1.
Yeah, what a way to start off the map winning pistol, only to lose the next round and basically get forced to a double save. Or, you know, just forced by. So we're going to see that scrappy start to the game where both teams keep trying to force by to vie for control of it. Cloud9 so far out in front, but perhaps Liquid can make something happen with this Nova and this Scout and the armor that they've put together. We are going to see Cloud9 just spreading the map out here, not looking to, you know, gather up and do any type of heavy explode, just trying to feel things out.
Not the first time we've seen Hiko over Nova. Had this on Mirage on CT side, opted to go B side with it. B side again, playing on tunnel. Makes a lot of sense. Close range weapon for a close claustrophobic bottleneck. Liquid 3 players over on the A side of the map, although very much separated. We'll see Elige playing close with the CZ. Pretty much perfect angle and range for the CZ to rip through armor, to rip through faces. And it looks like he is going to have company here pretty soon. Shroud could be the first player in. They line up Elige with 2 players. Just wrecks both down, Shroud and Automatic, and he will go down, but he can pretty much rest easy knowing that he's done his part in this round. Now the question is, can the rest of Liquid do theirs? Quick rotation from B towards A. Correct call as the bomb is now moving its way up long. And Cloud9 will be reeling off this. This would be the 2nd consecutive round where the underdogs actually take it out. Stewie2K crossing. But the smoke doesn't quite cover enough, and Hiko will take it down with the USB. But horribly wrong, and it's actually going to be 4 players retaining lives and weapons, getting AKs for themselves, getting M4s. What a crazy round that was for Liquid.
Indeed it was. Elige, the big part of that, being able to put a stop to long A, which normally taking long A on a force buy like that is totally fine because you eventually get out into pretty good open space against pistols and you can usually kind of fight your way through it, but not if Elige kills you right as you come to the door. And look at this Cloud9, they will not concede. They will not go down quietly. They will force buy yet again. And so we're just seeing just a very back and forth start to this half. Again, both teams wanting to get control of the opponent's economy. You wonder just who's eventually going to get it. Cloud9 looking for a quick mid to B split here. Tech9s are out and in full force as they barge into that B-bomb site, and they are going to capitalize here. Hiko trying to stay alive, but he can't, so the bomb's going to get planted, and we might just see another round go to Cloud9 here.
Back and forth, the pendulum of Counter-Strike will not stay still. Cloud9 certainly firm favourites in this scenario with a player advantage. MP9 pretty solid with the retakes, especially with the smoke. Now the Pimp actually looks away, the flashbang comes over. That may have cost him the kill and his life as a result. They're lining out for him, the headshot does connect, but he's going to fall down alongside Elige, and 9 will go back and take the round themselves. So neither team able to string together 2 rounds in a row. It's been literally round for rounds, just exchanging blows.
Yeah, at this point it's just kind of like a game of chicken. Who's finally going to crack and concede first? You know, and it seems like Liquid finally will. Looks like they're not going to force up again this time around. They're just going to kind of allow Cloud9 to take the lead for the most part. Unless somehow something crazy happens with the limited amount of upgraded pistols they bought. But Cloud9 should be in good shape to go ahead and extend their lead just a tad bit here and get economic control of the game. As JDM will go down at long A pretty much right away. They have a double stack at Game Helper right now. That's definitely a bit unorthodox. But now nothing knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, with the pistols pretty much all that's separating Cloud9 in this A take, there's very little hope. We saw some shenanigans last time by Liquid when they were in a similar position, but this time Cloud9, in fairness to them, they're not going to be falling for any of the mistakes. It did also start with Elige and a pretty sexy double spray down with the CZ wasn't forthcoming this time. Cloud9 actually playing this one very patiently, not going to be pushing their way onto the A site just yet, holding back, waiting for a CT to show himself.
Yeah, I mean, they're just content to be patient with things here. Don't want to force the play. They know if there's maybe a couple upgraded pistols still floating around. They don't want to allow this round to slip through their fingers. Not after the scrappy beginnings we've had here. They want to finally get a foothold in this one. We are to see nothing actually making his way up the catwalks. They're going to split this A-bomb site, and they should be able to get in here with little trouble.
Spray from Shroud, and it was just delaying the inevitable for Liquid not peeking. I think it was a Deagle and not much else. Was facing off against assault rifles, and down they go. Liquid could have a buy here if they so choose. It will be Hiko on 3.8k, so maybe a FAMAS, maybe a Mag 7. Nova, we've seen him play all those weapons so far today. Question is, what's he going to go for? Decisions. It will be a FAMAS. Makes sense on Dust 2, longer range sort of confrontation. And JDM will pick up the first kill as nothing gets spanked partially through the smoke.
And JDM playing the glass cannon, but he's able to get the opening picks. That's going to be an instant 5 versus 4 here in favor of Liquid. So that's certainly going to limit Cloud9 now, who have to play from a man down right off the bat. Do have Stewie 2K lurking over here towards the B-Tons. Everyone else may be looking to get control of long A, but look at this. Elige and Pimp playing up close. Elige will actually jump on the side of the blue bin, and perhaps we'll do a little bit of a bait and switch here with Pimp inside the pit. But as I say that, Skadoodle and IMAC do back off, and they'll gather up with Stewie here towards middle, so perhaps mid to B is a thought in their mind. Have to get past Hiko and CT spawn, and then JDM's isolated in B with no armor and an op. This could get really dangerous for Liquid.
Sure could, especially considering that Hiko's pretty much the first line of defense, and he's got the FAMAS, the weakest weapon on their team. He can definitely perform miracles with this gun, but he's definitely heard the footsteps. The pull will come through. Going to be peeking up right now. He's going to get himself the first frag. No more kills just yet. Stewie's already barreled his way onto the site where JDM had his AWP, and he gets picked off with quite a lot of ease, in fairness. One will get planted. 4-on-3 retake. We've been here before. Positions are good as Shuyi with a lovely flick shot onto Nitro. Quick reaction speed paying out dividends, and now Liquid go from a player advantage to a deficit in just a few moments' notice. Maybe just going to be setting up for a save.
That's just so unfortunate. I just don't think Hiko peaked early enough. He was boosted up in a great position to look over that smoke and kind of cut off, because JDM, he's alone in the B bomb site with an op. He has to worry about tunnels, and then he also has to worry about now this mid to B split on door and window. He has so many responsibilities. It's just too much to handle. And by the time Hiko peaked out, yes, he gets a kill, but they had already swarmed the B bomb site and, you know, taken down JDM, who was only able to come up with one kill before being overwhelmed. So despite the fact that Liquid had early advantage with JDM's pick at middle, they decided to play a little bit of a stack towards the A-bomb site, and Cloud9 able to kind of find the weakness in the defense, and now they're up 4-2, and Liquid, except for the 2 guns that they've saved, don't have much to work with.
Definitely not. What are they going to be going in for? They're going to force behind these two? No, they're going to equalize the economy somewhat. Deagle, PT50s. Ooh, that was so close. Skadoodle narrowly missing out on a frag on the cross. Shroud will claim first kill. Skadoodle picks up JDM as he tries to jump into mid. And those 2 picks, well, that's going to take away any save weapons that were coming through into this round. And Cloud9 once again may very well just put their foot on the brake for a little while and see if the CTs go looking for some information and end up getting themselves killed as a result. That all has been picked up though, so as a result of a little bit of passive play, Hiko now has an AWP and now has a gateway back into this round, albeit a very small one.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of hope, as you know, to try to get an op in, maybe try to catch this cross. I don't think there's a smoke on the cross. I didn't actually catch and see if there was one. But Pimp kind of stuck here in an odd place with the fire, isolating him up against the barrels. He will go down. And Cloud9 getting all the kills now. Hiko trying to save this op over at middle. He will catch nothing. He'll get into B tunnels, but you got to think Cloud9 are going to give chase here. They have plenty of money to hunt him down and make sure he can't bring this op over into the next round. Force Liquid to spend money rather than just have this for free.
Oh, definitely, because their economy will be good enough for a buy, but having this AWP will give them so many more options. Skadoodle not quite landing the shot. 3 players to pick, and Hiko's going to land. It goes back in for seconds. Hiko is landing almost every single shot. What the hell is going on, Hiko? Calm down, mate. You can have a nosebleed. Jesus. He's not going to get the round for Liquid, but my pants just got a bit moist.
Do you need to give the meat a good old rub?
I don't need to, mate. Hiko did it for me with that play.
Yeah, boy. Too bad it was, in fact, just a saving hot rather than actually, you know, doing something super impactful. But hey, it saves them a little bit of money, and it's flashy, and it's fun, and it'll probably make the front page of Reddit. Hiko saying, take that, Shroud. To me today, it is a 5-2 score.
So, Hiko best AWP in the world? Confirmed now?
I mean, he's a new primary.
Confirmed. That was pretty ridiculous. Anywho, back to reality. Liquid get some pretty crazy frags, but they still concede the round and still find themselves 5-2 behind against Cloud9, who won the first map. JDM on the car, 2nd kill for him, trying to prove that Hiko's AWP can be matched and potentially better. Shroud with 2 kills though. Putting the round back in Cloud9's hands. It's taken away. JDM lands yet another frag and another one now. And 2 rounds in a row, Liquid's AWPs have been just going crazy. Firing all cylinders. Shroud, who's picked up 2 kills already in this round, gets picked off by JDM, who gets the ace.
Almost as if JDM said, hey, Hiko, that was cute, but let me just... I'll let you finish in a minute, but let me just ace really quick. Show you how it's really done with the op. You know? That's actually funny because JDM was like 1-5 before that round, and now he's moved to 6-5 +1, and he won a very key round for his team. As it was looking like Cloud9 were building up some massive momentum. They had a 4-round winning streak there going, but JDM just shuts them down single-handedly. But look at Stewie jumping into the pit there, catching the long A aggression from Liquid, and he might find himself yet another. JDM in game helper misses his shot, and now he's trapped. He has no help there. He's trying to use his smoke to get out, but there's going to be a gap, so he can't really jump all the way across. He's going to have to just see if he can't find a kill, but no, not going to happen. Skadoodle will get it instead. What is this game, Menace?
Just saying, Hiko would have killed all 4 of them along with 1 bullet. Just throwing it out there. He's now got a Mag 7 at CT squad. Can use smoke potentially to his advantage. Trying to hop his way to victory, but there's the 1 tap from Shroud. Cloud9 go back into winning ways, and that is brutal for Liquid. They just reset their own loss, and they're back to all broke.
Yeah, that'll put a damper on an ace really quick when you have your economy reset immediately afterwards.
Especially not like Dust too, because what do you even do at this point? Like, they've gone for a scout on Pimp to equalize the economy somewhat, but actually he's up to $650, so you're putting a lot of eggs in that scout basket.
Indeed they are, and so far Cloud9 not giving them a whole heck of a lot with it. Elise actually finds one with the USP, though Pimp did actually tag him with the scout, so it certainly was involved in all of that. Meanwhile, the Automatic takes control of middle, really only Nitro on this side of the map, so it looks like Cloud9 is going to really avoid all the personnel that Liquid were setting up over here towards the A side, and so it's really going to be all on Nitro, just a 5-7, no armor.
Pimp at least getting 1 kill with the scout, but still his team are struggling, trying to keep their head above water. Nitro 5-7, JDM P250, looking for some X6. Nitro also just wants that smoke to get the hell out of there, so he can at least see something. Deciding better of it. Gonna go down into lower tunnels. You can see JDM wants that scout, and the corpse that Shroud is just peering by is the one of Pimp, so scout is around that location. But JDM like gonna get picked up. No, actually comes around the corner and finishes off Shroud, who is already tagged up, and 2 ops in play for Cloud9 will be both peering across to the AK-47 that JDM is going for. JDM, surely you can't save the AK from this position. JDM is gonna land the frag onto automatic. And Shuey's about to get aggressed on from the 5-7. He holds possession but lands it through the box. Nitro goes down. Cloud9 regaining 4-round leads.
Yeah, they're really starting to get back into it again. They've just been limiting Liquid's economy so much. Think about the scrappy beginning that we had where no one could really streak together rounds. Then Cloud9 finally streak together 4. Liquid only able to find 1 and then right back to saving. So now it's cost them a double save basically. Yes, they had the scout in the last round, but now they have even less, just a few upgraded pistols. So Cloud9 looking to really build a massive lead. They see the blood in the water and they're going to just push out of B tunnels, and they're just going to find Nitro the solo man, the only guy that was here. Everyone else on the A side of the map, and so Cloud9 an easy 8th round coming up.
Yeah, another eco though. Liquid's just banking so much on round 12, and at that point the best they can hope for is an 8-7 half, which actually would be okay. Map like Dust 2 is nothing, is pretty much just lining them up, padding those stats. Automatic next to land a frag, probably onto Hiko, unless he decides better of it and runs back up mid, in which case it'll be Shroud that will probably pick him off. 3 HP, and it will be automatic that finalizes the kill and the round. So, Liquid, this is the moment that you've had 2 weak rounds for. What are you going to do for us? They've got enough for an op. They've got enough for 2 ops, actually, if they want it. JDM can get one for himself, and indeed he will. Right, I expect Hiko to go for an M4. 3 ops, maybe a bit too much.
And Nitro likely will take his one to the B side of the map. He normally does play the B bomb side, and he's had a tough game so far. He's 2-10. So maybe trying to see if he can't change things up here by getting an op in his hands. We are going to see again Pimp, Elysian, JDM looking to fight for long A control. Cloud9 want nothing to do with it just yet. Really playing it just back at Cat, B tunnel. Skadoodle still patrolling middle with his op. And they've really been favoring these heavy mid to B splits, and they've had a lot of success with them. So I don't know if they'll really back down from them.
Judging from the positions at this point, we've seen Cloud9 a couple times kind of stack mid, go for a smoke into CT, and then try and push off that. But this time it looks like it's more of a catwalk confrontation that they have in mind. I'm only going to try and go behind the box, make sure that there's an AWPer up there looking for the quick shot, and then dropping down. He will be forced out of position beforehand. This gives them a bit of control over catwalk, but it's what they do with this now that counts. Getting here is easy enough, but executing off the back of it is a whole different thing. And they know that JDM has a couple of times been lurking around the car and did pick up his ace from that position actually earlier on. So that will be in the back of their minds. 50 seconds. Looking like they're going to pull the trigger on the execute. Here comes the Molly. JDM is burning, has to back away. Another flashbang lands in his face. Now Cloud9 are getting away onto the side. JDM is very low due to the grenades that were firing his way, and there are the opening picks. Shroud and Stewie both with 1 apiece. Hiko and Nitro Looking like they just want to save, backing off the beat. So, a solid take for Cloud9. Sorry, for Team Liquid. No, for Cloud9. What am I doing? What day is it? What's my
Oh
name?
no!
Dude,
It's okay, Menace.
I've been awake for 30 hours. Hold me, Dust.
Don't worry, bro. Cloud9's about to send you to bed shortly, it looks like, at the pace that they're playing this game. And again, just, great entry there from Cloud9 up the catwalk. Nothing so special. Again, kind of demonstrating Shroud being able to be a little bit more involved now with Automatic on the team, who was just holding long A, which normally Shroud would do. Nothing, of course, lurking in middle, his usual position. But now you get Shroud following up Stewie, and they're able to just mow their way through the A-bomb site. So a lot of firepower there in open space for C9, and now they're up 9-3. And this is starting to get a little bit out of hand now. Liquid are really suffering. They do save a couple of guns here, but no one else can really afford a whole heck of a lot. And I know this map usually does lean a little bit towards the terrorist side, but this is, like I said, maybe a bit too much now. Liquid need to limit Cloud9 as much as they can in these next few rounds.
Absolutely. Six rounds, I think, will be passable, but any less than that, and Liquid are going to be really struggling. I mean, they can break the economy, but I said the same on Mirage, and they had a really lackluster T-half. Not that that necessarily translates to Dust 2, but Automatic, again, it's just too easy for him. 2 opening picks, up catwalk, he gets himself onto the site already, he's got so much info for his team, you can now pull in behind him. Of course they know that Liquid will be trying to scurry their way through mid, and that's why Skidoodle goes for the peak, and will be rewarded as such. Unleash, they get sprayed down, and this round pretty much just summarizes Cloud9. Just entry frags into a bomb plant, into a victory, and Team Liquid could do nothing about it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Marshawn Lich version of T-side CSGO here for Cloud9, if you're familiar with that meme. Just run it through their face, man.
See?
I can't say the rest of the words that he says, but that's basically what you're seeing here from Cloud9. Not many people can take that, Menace.
Well, Liquid are getting pummeled, aren't they? They dropped the soap. It's all looking a bit ogre. Shuri has been tagged. Maybe that is a brief bit of respite going forward later on into this round. I'll try to look at the positives here, Dust. There's not many of them.
Indeed. There was a little bit of a... I mean, it started off okay, but ever since kind of the rough beginnings, where both teams were kind of fighting for control, once Cloud9 grabbed it, they haven't really let up. They've only let one round through in the last 9 that we've played. Or 10 that we've played, rather. It's a big run from Cloud9, and again, Liquid just don't have much to work with in this round either. And then after this round, if they wind up losing it, again, next round, they still won't have much to work with. So it's just been such a harsh reality for Liquid so far on this map. We'll see if they can try to put these guns to use here. As it looks like, again, Cloud9 looking to attack this catwalk position. Pretty much everyone here except for Shroud, who's holding out at middle. And here comes the rollout from Cloud9. Liquid will actually just kind of back down a little bit.
They need Pimp to get at least a couple kills. You have to feel. There's one. He did see another pair of legs shifting back and forth. But this is much better for Liquid. Maybe a little too late. Maybe a drop in the ocean. But they do find themselves with just 2 terrorists to find. Make it 1. The bomb's dropped out in mid, and that looks painful for your back, Skidoodle. Go to a chiropractor. It was bent pretty much backwards. Liquids are at least going to get 4 rounds. 5th and the pistol maybe still doable. Still game on. That's a lot of maybes, ifs, and buts.
Oh, here come the auto snipers, Metis. Are you in for a good time? Oh,
I
baby.
think Liquid are.
We'll see if one can get pinned through the door here just to start things off. Bullets coming through. Very anticlimactic. Not even a little bit. Of course, Shroud, plenty of money to go ahead and re-pick up an AK here. You do have a fight out at long A in the meantime where nothing's been able to trade out with the Liege, but Nitro with that big push to B tunnels. 3 players pushing the B tunnels right now. So Cloud9 knows that A is going to be weak. They know exactly where the vulnerability is for Liquid, so they should be able to get in here and get a bomb plant, but Liquid will have the main advantage going for this retake.
Yeah, and Pimp's actually going for this by himself. You can see how far out of position the rest of Liquid are. So he's going to be on his own for at least 5 to 10 seconds, maybe even longer than that, as Liquid's still not quite rotating fast enough. And this smoke only has a limited amount of durability left, so Pimp had to move into Elevator. And now Nitro, Alongside Hiko coming up catwalk, it's going to be JDM from CT spawn. Cloud9 have a decent defensive formation set up. Shroud just dodging away. The Molotov's going to be going into Goose. Another one's going to be going on Goose as well. So they've got 2 volleys into Goose while they're backing off the wall. And that allows Shroud to just tee off. 2 kills already. Hiko now needs to stand up big. We've seen him clutch so many times in the past, but the bomb is very close to detonating. He has to go in right now. He's going to end up getting picked off by the Glock. And Cloud9 will take an 11-4 halftime lead as they move through to the CT side.
Yeah, it almost seems like there's a little bit of miscommunication there. You noted that 2 Molotovs went in Goose. Where was the one that needs to go inside the site? I mean, that's just kind of a basic thing that would have helped them out a ton, by the way, because there certainly was a terrorist sitting inside the site that they could have pushed out of position. They call like the pizza nade when you throw it off the pizza sign inside the site to flush someone out, but it just didn't happen. And Cloud9, 11-4. Just every single time that Liquid was showing a bit of life, Cloud9 just put the foot down. They didn't allow Liquid to ever get more than 1 round at a time, never streaking together anything. Just a super dominant half from Cloud9 on the Terror side. And unless Liquid can get the pistol here on the T side, I think Cloud9 have done it.
Oh, I fully agree with you. I can't really add anything to that. Like, you win the pistol, or you're at such a massive disadvantage that it's like climbing Everest, basically. It would take a Herculean throw for Cloud9 to lose if they win this pistol from that point. So yeah, it's pretty much pistol or die for Team Liquid.
It's just crazy to think how much firepower Liquid has on their team and how much they're getting manhandled right now. Just kind of gives you a little bit of a taste of the quality of play that Cloud9 can actually put together with the lineup that they also have been forming up lately.
Well, again, it's similar to what we saw earlier when I was casting with Sprawl on Train, where Skadoodle is actually bottom fragging. Well, not bottom fragging, but he's bottom of the scoreboard, as Nothing has 8 frags but 5 assists, and he has 9 kills. And he's the AWPer on Dust too. He just hasn't really been required. That's no slight on Skadoodle. It's just the fact that Shroud has got 16 frags, Stewie's got 13 frags. So their entries are on point. It's the assault rifle players that typically were taking it away. Obviously, Stewie can pick up the AWP if needs be, but by and large, it was his AK that was doing the work. So that's the terrifying thing right now. Now we're through onto the CT side, where Skadoodle can play a bit more static, and he can let that crazy aim go to work. There's going to be no easy rounds for Liquids here. Like, even ecos they have to be worried about.
Yeah, I mean, I was really hoping for a bit of a slugfest in this series between Cloud9 and Liquid, just given the quality of players that they have, the talent that they have, the firepower that they can dish out, both having those aggressive styles of play. But it just seems like Liquid are just kind of lay down, and Cloud9 will just run all through them. It's been that way really both maps.
Absolutely. First score was 16-7, and that pretty much just summarizes how the map went. It wasn't a case of Cloud9 winning the right rounds and breaking the economy. No, they were by far and away the better team on that map. There's no doubting it. So we have got to that point of almost no return for Liquids. The second pistol that we were talking about before. Coming into this, they're going to have 2 smokes and 2 flashes, and a couple P250s for firepower. Cloud9 have got a kit on Skadoodle and a couple of flashes. Let's see if Liquid can keep the dream alive by winning this second pistol.
That is pretty much all that they can hope for right now, is that somehow this pistol goes in their favor, and even then they still have a long road to travel to get back into striking distance of this map. So we are going to see Liquid staging over here at Long A with most of their players. Automatic will be in pit. Skadoodle is going to be his assistant, so to speak. And there will be a flash coming out, and here comes the gun battle. So far, no one has fallen.
Oh, that flash is beautiful from the CTs. They weren't able to capitalize on it, but it landed in the face of 3 terrorists and completely stopped their push. Fortunately for Liquid, they're able to bounce back with 2 quick-fire headshots. JDM, Nitro take damage, but a 3-on-5 is going to be a very favourable situation for them. But Stewie enough to get them on the cross. Unleash comes back for another frag. They've got to get this bomb. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and that's going to favour the CTs for now. Stewie's pushed up onto elevator. He's going through his bullets at rapid fire. As his Shroud, he can spin around. Hiko nearly gets dropped. Stewie, the meanwhile, picks up 2 headshots. Not like this, Liquid. This round was yours for the picking. Hiko now, 14 HP. Must realise Shroud is up on the dumpster, up on the boost. But is he able to land the shot? Goes by for a cheeky shot. Can't get the kill on the first time of asking. He's going to go back in again, surely. 20 seconds, though. Time is also against him. Hiko, can you pull off this miracle? Shroud says no as he finishes him off, and Liquid, that was your chance. You had
when you're
everything going your way.
I mean, when you're losing rounds like that, what can you do? I mean, you've got to be able to pull those out. They did all the right things. They got the opening 2 picks at long A. They just couldn't get through the cross. And then Hiko, I mean, he had the right idea. He was trying to come through middle and kind of backstab those players in CT spawn. They were busy worried about Elige on the A ramp, but he just couldn't find the mark. And now Cloud9 are up 12-4, and Team Liquid, they'll force up what they can in this round thanks to no bomb plant in the first, so no need to really save for an early AK buy. But I mean, Cloud9, they're just a few rounds away here from absolutely dominating this tournament, by the way. I mean, I feel like no one's even really given them a challenge in this event.
It's definitely a fair statement. Definitely not today, at least. In the games that really matter, when you get into the nitty-gritty stages of the tournament towards the finish line. Liquid, as you highlighted, have got some weapons they've by and large committed into this, with just JDM holding off. Skadoodle with the scout will be facing off against Nitro's scout. Up on catwalk. Standard thus far, minute left on the board. And all 5 terrorists starting to congregate towards each other on catwalk, but think about maybe going through mid. Skadoodle has landed the jump shot onto Nitro. Down goes the scout. Hiko can get this for his team and dart away, but that first frag is going to be very important for Cloud9, holding on to round 17 and indeed the map. Going to be 2 players coming through again. The flash is absolutely perfectly timed. Look at this, double flashes. No one the terrorists can see, and they're just going to get picked off. That is brutal. Cloud9 have looked on a different level today.
They look on a different level ever since they put up Automatic, man. If they win this map, they will be 19-3 total in maps played, as far as their record goes. So, just maul that over a little bit.
It's not too shabby, is it? It's pretty solid. Liquid will be on a save, and that would suggest Cloud9 will take a 10-round lead. I've seen crazy things happen, but the way Cloud9 have been playing, I just can't see them losing at this point.
No, they just look on fire right now, and of course this round not going to be any chance for Liquid as they're just fighting with blocks at this point. They do get the 1 pick on the automatic, but it should only be just a few moments away of Cloud9 being up 14-4, and then it'll be basically Liquid taking their last stand, whatever purchase they put together next round. It's getting a little bit interesting though in this one perhaps, because JDM actually has been able to collect an up.
Yeah. And an M4. The problem is no Kevlar and fairly low, just with a flash and a smoke. And Cloud9 have 2.
Oh, they have an M4 now too. All right, this is getting a little bit dicey right now.
You'd still favor Cloud9 to clean up from this point, but yeah, they definitely have a couple of opportunities. Nothing round the back and throw the grenade. If that banks off the wall, it's got damage written all over it. And indeed, he will chunk down JDM and finish him off. Nitro on 8 health. And 1-on-2, 50 seconds to play with. And he has the bomb, so a couple of saving graces, but that 8 health is going to be an issue, of course. Can he get this kill on Skadoodle? That opens up things nicely. If he can pick off Skadoodle, then maybe he can just play the mind games with Shroud. And be smoking over towards long on the cross, and then actually go to B. So this is some next level mind games Nitro's playing. And the CTs are biting on this hard. So this will be a bomb plant more than likely.
Indeed it will, but they do have a kit, and the important thing is that they're sticking together. They're likely not going to give Nitro a chance to get some type of, just easy 1v1. Although Skadoodle almost got caught there crossing in CT spawn, but the bomb will go down, and Skadoodle will wait up for Shroud, and they should be able to take this one back. But there is that hope. Nitro's got an M4 in his hands. He's a deadly fragger. He might, in fact, be able to steal this one away, and that would just do wonders for Cloud9 if he was going to be able to do that. As he's actually playing the long con here. Oh, I thought he was. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought he was too. I think he's a bit nervous in case he just went straight onto the site. He's going to be coming around the corner and it gets picked off by Skadoodle. Call would have came through that Nitro was low. USP too strong. And, well, the situation that we called has came to be. 10-round deficit. Liquid. From here on out, it has to be pretty much flawless Counter-Strike if you want any chance of taking us to Cobblestone.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, this is for all the marbles basically right here, because if they can't win this round, they won't have nearly as much to work with in the next. This is going to be the best buy they're going to get. unless they can start stringing some victories together here soon. As we are going to see the standard stuff opening up here for Liquid. Elige working mid with JDM and Nitro. Hiko and Pimp holding the edges of the map. They have been able to get nothing inside Pit, and since then they've back Shroud off with Skadoodle. Looks like they're actually looking for some aggression at Catwalk here. Skadoodle going to cover Shroud with the op while Shroud moves up on the stairwell. So we could see a bit of a skirmish here taking place on the Catwalk any moment now. Look at the bait and switch Skadoodle have right now with Shroud. This can be really interesting.
I love players like this, man. They're not going to expect it. The flashbang pretty much puts Shroud at odds, and he can't make the most of that scenario. So you can see what we're looking for, but that one flashbang changed it all. And with Skadoodle falling, that does leave A a little bit more vulnerable. They still got nothing. He's on A long, so he can quickly get himself back into the thick of things if he so chooses. But all picked up for Shroud. And Sentry just to keep him at bay a little while longer. And that could force Nitro into an aggressive play, and indeed it will. So it's going to be a two-pronged attack. Nitro dropping down into CT, while his other two teammates come up mid. Hiko gets flashbang, but Nitro will pick up the kill. And now it's all on Stewie on the B side, all by his lonesome, with the AWP in his hands. He's got a decent smoke to fend off one side. He's going to go on the other one. Any kills, honestly, from that situation would have been pretty nuts by him. But Liquid, finally, for the first time in what seems forever, are going to get themselves on the scoreboards. So that's one. Another 9 to go before they even get us even.
I mean, they pretty much won all their fights, right? I mean, that whole situation at Catwalk where Shroud and Skadoodle were trying to go for a little bit of a bait. It just didn't really work out. Like you noted, the flashbang was kind of key there to force Shroud out. And then from that point forward, Liquid just run nice mid to B, get all the kills they need, and they get a very clean victory. That is for sure. And they actually force Cloud9 to take a save here, but Cloud9, of course, aren't going to be bothered too much. They have plenty of rounds to work with to put this one away. JDM, the... Oh, ouch. Just when you think you got yourself an advantage, there's Stewie 2K.
Indeed, there he is. But all things considered, still a 4-on-4 with Cloud9, very little to play with. Not a pot to piss in. Team Liquid coming up long already. It's just going to be Shroud there. He does have a Deagle, so the one-tap potential is still on the table. Hasn't quite been taken away yet. And that alongside the Scout does definitely suggest that Cloud9 have a couple of aces up their sleeves, but here we go. There's Shroud, automatic is actually going to be the P250 that chimes in first. Hiko with a double frag, and Stewie 2K will be flashing and then pushing through the smoke. This will force Liquid away. The grenade lands in the pocket of Shroud, and now Stewie 2K, who was lining up the potential shot, gets picked off from behind courtesy of Elige. Liquid do get another one, and Cloud9 could go for another eco here, all in honesty. They're in no rush to get another round, and there's no point forcing up when they got basically mid-3000s on nothing in Skadoodle.
Maybe you buy up just a slight bit, but I certainly wouldn't expect them to go all the way in, right? Just, you know, maybe skim off the top just a tad bit. Give yourself something to be a little bit dangerous, but making sure that you can get a nice full buy in the next round. That seems to be what they're looking for. They do get another Scout in Stewie's hands, a Deagle for Shroud, and they are, again, trying to get aggressive here in middle. Stewie 2K looking to try to jump peek over the Xbox, but Nitro, so aware of it, able to get the kill quite easily. Now he's just going to be fighting with Skadoodle in the middle. He'll find that one as well. And the B bomb site in the meantime has been left way open, so Liquid will take sure advantage of that. And this should be pretty much all she wrote for this round. So it'll be 7-14, but Cloud9 still way out in front.
They sure are. This is the reason why they went for the double eco for this moment. I expect to see AWPs. I expect to see plenty of grenades. And another test for Liquids. Question is, do they want 1 or 2 AWPs? They have the decision of both. Surprises me a little bit that there was a play on 7.2k and they didn't actually buy the AWP and drop that. So actually Skadoodle now is going to have to... Can just about afford the Kevlar, but no nades. Anyway, here we go. 4-player stack on A long early on for Cloud9, and this is actually the correct call because that's by and large where Liquid are going. Automatic's going to come out second best on the trade. They do a lot of damage before falling, but there's Nitro and Liquid refusing to go down without a fight. Skadoodle gets the better of JDM just before the flash detonates in his face. And Stewie will put down Hiko. So from a 4v2 to a 2-on-2 with Pimp on 37 health.
Ouch, yeah, and that's really the big thing, isn't it? I mean, Cloud9 are starting to gift a little bit. I think Shroud overextended a bit, still trying to fight long air, then backing down, even though he had an op covering him from A platform, so you can see Cloud9 eager to fight. even being at a disadvantage, and it almost bit them, but with Stewie 2K clearing out B tunnels the way that he did, as you noted, he gets it back into a winnable 2-on-2 situation. Now, Stewie is very far away. He's slowly flanking through T-spawn. It's almost as if him and Scoodle are trying to pinch middle together, but now Scoodle will hear the smokes and know exactly what's going on now. Now he's just going to look to spot the cross, and now Stewie will pick up the pace to try to flank long A. And he actually will have a really fast flank. They'll have no idea he'll be there that quick, I don't think. They won't expect him.
Yeah, absolutely won't. You can see Pimp had no idea, got caught from behind, and this was Liquid's to win. He went on to long, they got the trades going their way. Nitro could still dig them out of a massive ditch. Looks like Cloud9 will be opting to push together and try and get the avenge frag. Nitro's going to use the outskirts of the smoke to his advantage, actually playing this one aggressively. There's the first frag, can Nitro get the second one? They get sprayed through the smoke, very nearly falls down. Here comes the Molotov, could force him back out into the open, and as he does it, Stewie plucks him out of thin air. And we'll have enough time to get the defuse. Cloud9 move to 15. They now have 8 match points.
And the way that they've been playing, it's really hard to see OAFL let Liquid get those 8 rounds in a row to force an overtime. They've just been so dominant throughout this tournament. Really just dominant in general over the last few weeks. But we'll see if Liquid can put something together here. They do have a fair amount of money to work with. So that won't be the problem. It'll just be about whether or not they can hit the shots. They will go for the double op here onto Pimp and JDM. And actually, looking at this, oh, never mind. Okay, Nitro did get an AK, and it's going to be a battle here at long A. Pimp with the op, going to get forced back with that incendiary. So now pretty much back to default for both teams.
Yeah, Pimp still yet to hit double digits. He'll be bitterly disappointed with that, just on the 8 frags. And seeing as he seems to, well, it's not a huge surprise, seeing as he has used the AWP in previous teams as well. Now he is a secondary AWP, we'd be expecting him to get a few more kills out of this. Nitro, Liege, Hiko, JDM, all just 1 kill apart. They desperately need Pimp to start landing some frags, but if they lose this round, that's it. They're not going to have any more chances. Cloud9, not into a fantastic buy, all things considered. No kits, glass cannon, and not a huge amount of grenades to play with. It looks like we could see the smoke onto CT spawn and then some mid-aggression.
Yeah, it seems like they want to loot for some type of mid to B split. Automatic and Stewie tucked into the B bomb site. Shroud in CT spawn. So they should be able to do a bit of a crossfire here any moment now. But for now, it's going to be up to Automatic and Stewie only. They need to come up with kills, but no! Shroud just comes around through and gets 2 and gets the bomb down!
Wait, what happened there? At least he put someone? What? That sums the game up, really, doesn't it? I have no idea what the hell just happened. I'm actually watching the stream back now. I think Elise just wrecked Hiko or somebody.
I'm not really sure. I know it was kind of weird that you would think normally in a situation like that,